9 people work at a small company. Here's what they earn in thousands: 38, 42, 45, 45, 48, 52, 55, 60, and 415. So what does a typical person here earn? The average says 89,000. Not one of the 9 earns anything close to that. The gap between the arithmetic answer and the honest one is what this lesson is about. There are 3 standard answers to where is the center, and they are genuinely different. The mean is the one everybody knows. Add the numbers up, divide by how many there are. 800 divided by 9 is 88.9. The median is the middle value once you have sorted them: 4 numbers below, 4 above, and 48 sitting in the middle. With an even count, you average the middle too. Notice that the founder's 415 counts as exactly 1 number above the middle, no matter how enormous it is. And the mode is just the most common value. Here, 45, which occurs twice. It is the only one of the 3 that works on things which are not numbers at all. The most common blood type, the most frequent word. 3 measures of center, and on this data they read 89, 48, and 45. Center is only half the story. These 2 sets of exam marks have exactly the same mean, and they are obviously not the same data. You need a second number for how spread out the values are. The crudest is the range, largest minus smallest. Here that is 377, and it is driven entirely by one person. The interquartile range is far steadier. Sort the data, take the value a quarter of the way in, and the value 3/4 of the way in, and subtract. That gives 14. The standard measure is the standard deviation. Take each value's distance from the mean, square it, average those squares, that average is the variance, then take the square root to get back into the original units. Read it as roughly the typical distance from the mean. Draw the data as a histogram, bars counting how many values fall into each band, and the shape itself tells you which measure of center to trust. When the shape is symmetric, the mean, the median, and the mode all land on top of one another, and the choice does not matter. When it is skewed, they separate, and they always separate in the same order. The mode sits at the peak, the mean is dragged furthest towards the long tail, and the median falls in between. Which is exactly our salary data. A long right tail, and the mean hauled out into it, away from every actual person. So whenever someone quotes an average income, or an average house price, this is the picture to have in mind. And the median is usually the more honest number. Mean, median, and mode for the center. Range, interquartile range, and standard deviation for the spread. And a histogram for the shape, which tells you which of them to believe. Everything here is descriptive. It summarizes numbers you already have, and it involves no uncertainty at all. No probability has appeared yet. But the moment you ask whether these 9 people tell you anything about anyone else, you need a way to talk about uncertainty, and that raises a question worth answering carefully. Next, what is probability?